Hi, my name is Deb Arch. Today I'm going to demonstrate my new technique called the concealed color change. This technique will improve the appearance of color changes in a project that's crocheted continuously in the round. I have two small samples in front of me to show you the difference between the traditional yarn color change method and my concealed color change technique. The color changes on the sample on the left were made using a traditional color change method. Here you can see where the color that once the stripe has been started seems to jump up vertically one stitch to the right from where the color is started to where it ends. On the right is my sample that I made using my concealed color change technique. As you can see, the stripes of the colors appear to begin and end on the same round, making the area where you change the color much less obvious. Let me show you how to work my concealed color change technique. I've already worked this small sample almost up to the point of where we will try to show you the concealed color change technique. I'll finish the last stitch of that stripe. Now traditionally this would be where you would make the color change, but we're not going to make it on that last stitch. We're going to go and make the color change technique on the first stitch of that color round. We will do that by making a long single crochet. To do that, you insert the hook in the very same space where that first single crochet was made, yarn over and pull up a loop. Snug it up a little bit, take your scissors and cut away the yarn tail. Then you bring in your new color. Yarn over the hook, pull it through both loops that were on the hook, and you've changed your color. I like to next snug up these yarn tails, wrap them counterclockwise around the new working yarn color, and now we're ready to make the next stitch of the new stripe color. We're going to work 3 or 4 more stitches over these yarn tails just to kind of secure them. You've already wrapped it counterclockwise around that working yarn, so it's really secure. So you really don't have to go a long ways with that. Go ahead and cut those yarn tails. Now we'll continue. I'm going to work around once more so you can watch me do this again. I'll work over to the last stitch of the color stripe. Okay, we've made the last stitch of the green stripe. Now, we're going to make our color change over that first stitch of that same round using the same color, the old color, which will be considered the old color. Cut yourself a yarn tail, drop that color, bring up the new color. Let's do a different color so it might be more obvious. Yarn over the hook, pull it through both loops that are on the hook, grab those 2 yarn tails and snug them up. The better you make that snugging up, the better that yarn change color of the yarn change is going to look. So you wrap those tails counterclockwise around the new working yarn, and we're ready to make the first stitch of this sapphire color. Work over the yarn tails for 3 or 4 more stitches. Go ahead and cut them away, and you'll continue on making your rows, and that's how you make the concealed color change technique. As you can see, there's hardly any obvious appearance of where the yarns were colored, were changes. They look very like they began and ended in the same row. And that's how you do the concealed color change technique.